Well, hey, you know nothing hits the spot right after a rainstorm quite like a good old cup of Georgia Bushcraft coffee. But we're not talking about coffee in this video. Actually, in today's video, we're going to take a look at a made in the USA folding knife that comes in well under the $50 mark, and it's a buck. I'm talking about the Buck 110 Slim Special. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for trustworthy information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me and the mosquitoes. As I said, it literally just stopped raining about 30 minutes ago. I was thinking I was going to have to make this video inside, but since it quit raining, we brought it outside because I'd rather be out here and with the mosquitoes and all. But anyway, as I said, we're going to talk about the Buck 110 Slim Special today, and I think this is a really cool knife, made in the USA for under 50 bucks, well under 50 bucks. And actually, Buck didn't send me this one, although they did give it to me. And just a quick story about how that came about. Every year at SHOT Show, the range day, the media range day, is typically the first day of the week, and Buck Knives always, or at least the past few years, has had a little booth there where they do knife throwing. And if you stick a knife in the target, then you get a free knife prize or whatever. So this year I won this one, and I gave it to my youngest son, and he was kind enough to allow me to use it for this video to show you. Again, it's the 110 Slim Special. Speaking of special, I'd like to give a big shout out to the sponsors of this video, my friends at Click Belts, because I think they make some very special belts. If you're not familiar with Click Belts, I'm wearing mine right now. You can go to clickbelts.com, use the coupon code SOP15 and save 15%. But I actually first was introduced to Click Belts probably 4 or 5 years ago. Did a few videos with them. We pulled the Bronco with them. They were billing themselves as the world's strongest belt, and I got to say, they so far the score right now is Click Belts 3, Bronco 0. They have absolutely held up to their reputation. Plus, they're really cool belts. This is the 2-ply that I'm wearing, and as you can see, it supports my Glock 19 really well. But they have a single ply. They have all kinds of fashion colors. They have dog collars. They're coming out with a gunsling. They may already have it out. We'll look at that in a different video. Anyway, just a lot of really cool stuff. And they've been a channel sponsor for quite a while. And I want to say, thanks to them. I encourage you to go check them out. Use the coupon code SOP15. You get yourself a really good belt, save some good money, and I know you'll be happy with it. So anyway, thanks again to the folks at Click Belt for sponsoring this video. Now, let's talk about this knife before the mosquitoes carry me away. Well, I think we're going to take you down to the old stump top, and we'll talk about the details and then get to doing a little knife stuff. Okay, so here's the Buck 110 Slim Select. This knife features a 3 3/4 inch clip point blade of satin finished 420 HC stainless steel with a legendary Paul Boss heat treatment that Buck is so famous for, with a 4 7/8 inch handle of glass filled nylon, with an overall length of 8 5/8 inches, and it weighs just 2.8 ounces. The knife has a lockback design, features thumb studs for one-handed opening, and a reversible tip-up deep carry pocket clip. The knife comes in 8 colors, features Buck's forever warranty, and is made in the USA. Okay, so my chair is about to rot out on me here, so if I fall on my butt in the middle of this video, try not to laugh too hard, but that's the specs and details of the Buck 110 Slim Special. And basically, this is a lighter weight, slimmer pocket carry version of their classic 110. And my gosh, these mosquitoes are crazy. The old Thermacell just is not cutting it. So anyway, I'll talk about the price of this real quick because I know you're going to ask that, and we'll get to doing some knife stuff. So on Buck's website, this is a $35 knife, which is a pretty good price, under 50 bucks, made in the USA. And the only reason that I can see to buy it from Buck would be if you want to get it personalized. For another $7, you can get, I think, both sides of the blade engraved, or at least you can get 2 lines engraved. You can check the details on Buck's website. I'll put a link in the video description. But you can personalize this thing so that you can kind of have it personalized. So anyway, that's the Buck price. The best price I found on this It's $26.95 on Blade HQ, and there's like 8 different colors, I believe. And then on Amazon right now, this knife's about 30 bucks. So that's the pricing on this thing. Let's get to doing a little bit of knife stuff. So first of all, again, this is not brand new. My son's been using this on and off for about since January, so 7 or 8 months now. But let's just see if it passes the old redneck sharp test, as even after being used. And man, it absolutely does. It shaves hair like nobody's business. And I'm gonna have to change arms here in a minute. So let's try the paper test. Now this has been out here in the high humidity for about 30 minutes, so it may be kind of hard to cut, but we're going to give it a shot. And you can see, yes, it's pretty damp. Pretty damp. I'm not a, and somebody, yes, it's really damp. Somebody told me that I'm not a good paper cutter and I need to work on my paper cutting. Well, that's probably a skill I'm not really too concerned about. So anyway, there are some other skills I think are more important when using a knife. So this is an all-around knife, not a straight-up bushcraft knife, but it is kind of a folding hunter. So I thought we'd do is man, oh man, it has been raining, like I said, for straight up. It rained really hard up until about 30-45 minutes ago. So we're going to try a little carving stuff with this. And this is a folding knife, not a fixed blade. So typically I would not baton with something like this, but since it's pretty tough and it has been raining, I'm going to see if I can get to the inside of this wood here and get something dry. And we'll just do a little bit of lightweight batoning with it, nothing heavy. I'm just going to take my old axe handle here, see if we can tap it down through there. And I'm not going to try to get crazy with it and put a lot of stress on this hinge, because A, it's not my knife, it's my son's knife. I don't want to mess it up. And B, I don't want to mess it up anyway. I mean, that'd be foolish. So, but if you were in a survival situation and you needed to, we can open that hinge a little bit and give it a little more slack. And if you needed to get in some dry wood, you could do this, and I don't think it's going to be horrible bad for your knife, as long as you don't get crazy with it. And just because people have told me, like, hey man, why don't you just cut a wedge? So let's just try that. Let me just show you why I typically don't do that, because A, it takes a lot of time to make a wedge, and I've not had a lot of success with it in the past, but we'll try it here. Because this thing is pretty sharp. You can see how well it carves. So if all you had was a folding knife and you needed to split some wood, you could try the wedge technique, and we'll do that right now. Let's just see. Why not? So we put that in here in that little split there. I'm guessing it's probably going to work really good, and I'm going to look like a dummy for saying it's too hard. And of course, look at it. It's working pretty decent. It hit a little knot there and kind of branched off, but let's just try it one more. All right, so we got a knot there. Wedges don't work too good on knots, but so we do have a piece of dry wood here, so that's what I was trying to get to. So let's go ahead and carve us a few notches here. Carve us a few feathers or curls here. Hopefully I'll be able to get to the get you a close-up on this in the editing, because man, I'm trying to avoid the glare of the sunshine in the camera lens. So I have to be careful where I put it. So, you know, it's not just as easy as sticking a camera up there and push and record. Man, this thing is sharp, and this wood is still kind of damp. Let's see if I can get some. This knife features a really high, like, saber grind too. So let's see if I can just get some tiny little curls in here. Something that'll maybe even take a ferro rod, even in this damp weather, because I think it's going to be a challenge. Okay, let's see. You know what's next, right? Because I love me some fat wood, which is actually going to be the printing on the back of the t-shirts I've got coming. And I had somebody tell me that maybe I should change that wording because people might take that wrong. And You know what? I'm not going to change it. Anybody that just watches the channel very regularly knows what it means, and anybody else, it's just got a dirty mind, and I don't care. Let me just see if I can carve some of this, because like many knives, this thing does not have a sharp spine. Like, it's not going to scrape fat wood, so there's really even no point in trying to scrape a ferro rod with it. Even trying the lock back, it just doesn't scrape. So since this thing does not have anywhere to strike a ferro rod, I'm going to go old school. And so I've got my Wazoo Survival Bushcraft necklace here, which features a ceramic striker and a little tiny ferro rod. And what's cool about it is you don't have to take it apart to use it. So, and it is small, but it's a really good scraper, and you just have to get to where you can get the paint off of it. Let's see if we can get this fat wood going with that. This would be a challenge because it is wet again. So. It's trying, but let me see if I can get a drier piece of fat wood to carve from. Okay, so we'll set those over there to burn and see if I can get some really those tiny dry shavings here. You know what? Let's try this. There we go. And this is not a Wazoo video, but you know what? Those are some really good folks over there at Wazoo Survival, and they don't just make some cool gear, but they really they live the life, man. Those are outdoor guys, and they really and truly they care about what they're doing, and they care about the outdoor community and making sure that they're putting out some really good stuff for people. So let's try it now. There we go, look at that. Oh yeah, get her going, baby, get her going. There we go. So, maybe that'll get rid of the mosquitoes. And then you finish with the old bushcraft necklace, you can just put it back on. It's also got a little piece of jute on it to use for tinder, but like I said, I love me some fat wood. So anyway. Chuck Norris can build a Lego Millennium Falcon in 5 minutes out of Lincoln logs. That is hopefully a reasonably quick look at the Buck 110 Slim Special. And no, we're not going to balance test this one because it's a folding knife. I had this conversation before. Every time I do a folding knife video, somebody asks me why I didn't balance test it. We're not going to do that because it just doesn't make sense. That would be abuse. It would be really hard on the hinge. But I got to say, for 37 to 40 bucks, made in the USA, this is a very capable knife. It has Buck's lifetime forever warranty. It is, I like the fact that it is a deep carry, reversible tip-up pocket clip, one-handed opening. Just the classic 110 in a modern version. Super lightweight. If you're looking for a really good made in the USA knife with the Buck reputation, this could be a really good one for you. So I like it a lot. I wish I had to give this one back to my son, but I love him, so, and he needs a good knife. Anyway, Thanks to the folks at Buck for giving me the opportunity to win one of these. Balance testing one of their throwing knives at SHOT Show. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a brand new video every Friday and Saturday, sometimes random videos throughout the week. If you want to support the channel financially and get a chance to win a cool prize every month, I invite you to go to my Patreon at patreon.com, Survival on Purpose. And if you sign up at the $5 a month level, you'll be entered in a monthly giveaway. We're going to give away some cool stuff, and not this knife because this is my son's, but we'll give away some cool stuff. And it really does help the channel, and I really appreciate your support. So anyway, once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.